Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? I'll let y'all get up in the building. So the Badu Jack and McKernan fight just got over, and Badu Jack completely dominated that guy, man. But the guy was, showed a lot of heart in there, man. But like they were saying during the commentary, tough guys can get hurt in this sport, man. But guy definitely showed a chin. But Badu Jack just, you can tell he's just on a different level, man. Let you guys get up in here. A lot of heavyweight action this weekend. A lot of heavyweight action this weekend. You guys get up in here, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button on your way in. Now, looking at this card, man, I think there's supposed to be at least a heavyweight fight on here. Gregory Corbin taking on Giuseppe Casamano. At least I believe so. They're saying that the Jake Paul fight and Nate Robinson fight is next. Guys, hit that like button on your way in here, man. Let's chop it up. So I'm curious to see if this is just going to be this Paul versus Robinson and then the Tyson Jones, or if that like I said, Gregory Corbin versus Giuseppe Casamano fight is on here. I don't think it is, man. But it says it on Boxrex, and there was articles coming out that said that fight's on this card. Oh, so that fight already took place, the Casamano versus Greg Corbin. Casamano gets the sixth round KO victory over Corbin. So I guess that fight is already passed. Was really shocked with that Joyce, man. Um, well, I was shocked with Dubois just quitting like that. I didn't think that kid would quit. But when he gets in other fights, man, his heart's definitely going to be tested by other fighters. They're going to try to get him into just try to, if they can. Trap House was good, man. What do you think about that Joyce and Dubois fight? I was surprised the youngster quit. But I think it's a situation, man. Now going forward, James was good. I think going forward now, guys are going to test Dubois. They're going to test his pain threshold. They're going to test his heart. So guys aren't going to be intimidated of the power. They're going to come right to him, man. Now they'll still have to be, aware of his power, but I think guys are really going to test him, try to push him backwards, rough him up, just use physicality against the kid, man. I think guys will try to break his will when he gets in there and fight going forward. At least, when he gets tested again. Renee Sosito, what's up, man? All right, you guys are slowly coming up in here. Mike Biggs Boxing, what's up? Okay, damn, says this card is fire, bro. Man, they did not show the unless I missed it. I actually tuned in. I turned this on when let me see who was fighting. It was like some I think lightweights were fighting when I turned this card on. I think it was the Ortiz versus Sagalo fight when I turned this on. So I didn't get to see the Gregory Corbin versus Giuseppe Casamano heavyweight fight, but they say that fight is completed, and they say that Casamano got a 6-round KO over Corbin. I was actually waiting to see that fight so I can call it, but shit, I guess I missed it, man. So that's another heavyweight fight on the docket this weekend. It took place. Casamano getting a victory over Corbin, man. And I was pulling for Greg, man. I actually interviewed him before he fought. Was it the Charles Martin fight here on my channel? I was pulling for him, man. But he has had, well, going into this fight, his 3 losses in a row, man. To Felipe Perkovic, the Charles Martin disqualification. Greg was hitting low. And then he also lost to Stephen Shaw, man. 2 really good prospects. And then Martin, the former title holder, current contender. You know what I mean? So then I guess he got knocked out tonight. The 291 pounds, I know, did not help him at all. Because even when he came in at 274 for this Stephen Shaw fight, I thought that was a lot. Because he was around 260, 261 for Martin and Herkovic. So when I seen 291 today, I was like, holy shit, man. I'm not sure if this was just short notice. And he just, they called him up. Even though he wasn't in the best of shape, he wanted to just take the opportunity to be on Tyson, this undercard, you know what I mean? This spectacle. So I wouldn't blame him for that. But man, 291, whew, sheesh, that couldn't have helped him. Let me see here. But yeah, it's a pretty good card, man. That guy that Badu Jack was fighting, that dude can take some punishment, man. Let me see here. Mike Biggs says, what network are the fights on besides Tyson Jones? Well, the other fights already took place, bro. The other fights were on ESPN Plus today. The Joyce and Dubois was on ESPN Plus. Xavier the Boxing Nerd says Dubois has age on his side, but he has to put work in and make the right changes. And I was hearing people say, if you quit once, you'll quit again. And yeah, that usually is the case. But however, there are some guys, and I can think of one guy right on top of my head, but there are some guys, they may quit in the fight or something, an injury may be bothering them, and they just say, hey, man, I don't want no more. I remember Vitaly Klitschko did this in the Bird fight, and he was beating Chris Bird. And Vitaly just, what was it? I think it was a shoulder or some shit. He just didn't want to continue, right? And then after that, you never seen him actually pretty much dominated the rest of his career. I know he had the loss to Lennox, but if you guys watched that fight, you know how that fight was going. But Lennox did bust his face up with a legal punch, and it tore his face apart. But Vitaly did not want to quit. He was like begging and pushing, and then they're about to body slam the referee to try to continue that fight. He was pissed that they stopped the fight. So that doesn't necessarily work all the time. That if you quit once, you'll quit again. Most of the time, but not all the time. But Dubois, man, he just didn't want no more. The physicality was getting to him. He could not get out the way of the jab. And I know I make a lot of fun of, well, not just me, but a lot of us make a lot of fun of the way how slow that Joyce punches. But like I was saying during the live stream, it is slow. But once he starts to soften you up, once you start getting tired, once you start getting backed up and got a swollen eye, now those punches that seem slow, now it seems like Ray Leonard is throwing punches at you because you're tired. You can't get out of the way of these shots. Joyce could not get out of the way of that jab. And he was landing some good, hard shots on Dubois. Dubois was landing some good, hard shots on Joyce, and Dubois is used to guys going down once he hits them that hard. And he was landing some good shots, man. But, Joyce was, that dude was like Michael Myers up in there. Jason Voorhees, man. He was just eating them shots, just still coming forward. He wasn't flustered or rattled. He got knocked off balance a few times, but he didn't even have no marks on his face. And I thought he took the most damage. At least it seems as if the Dubois landed the harder punches. But that jab his jab is very deceiving. He delivers it slow. It's stunning. It's hard. But man, it was doing a lot of damage to Dubois' face. And like I said, man, I'm not the one in there getting swollen eyes and all that. But I'm thinking that when he gets in there again, man, people are going to test his heart. They're going to test that kid again. And I thought Dubois could have went to the body a little bit more. I know Joyce. There's one thing about Joyce, good chin, but he does not like it to the body. A lot of fighters don't like it to the body, right? But the times I've seen him hurt was the most I've seen him hurt was the Jennings fight when he got caught with that body shot early. I think it was the first or second round. He got caught with a body shot and he kind of put his right arm down to kind of, ride off the pain a little bit. And I'm not sure Jennings even knew that he hurt him. But this is surreal right here, man. Jake Paul versus fucking Nate Robinson. Wow. Let me get to this chat, man. Let me see here. Let me turn this down before I get the damn copyright. Turn that down. Let me see who's up in here. Wow, okay. Whoa, okay. Let me get to the chat. Trap House, you didn't see it? Yeah, when you watched that, man, it kind of gave me the feeling of watching like Cotto Margarito 1, where Cotto was getting off, landing some good shots, circling. I'm not saying Dubois was putting on he was boxing like Cotto, but meaning that, because I had him up on the scorecards, but you can tell he was deteriorating as the fight went on, even if he was winning rounds. The eye, you could tell the stamina was draining. You could tell that he threw his best, man, and it was like the boogeyman just kept coming. You know what I mean? And then Joyce started to put him in the headlock, started being physical, and it just got physical with the kid, man. And then he went on that knee. You could tell he thought about it. He kind of put his head, because he got hit with a jab, and then he moved. He like took a step to the side, thought about it, and then he took a knee. He was just contemplating, like, damn, do I want any more of this? Now I'm gonna go ahead and say uncle. That's it's pretty much what he did, man. CB Sports TV, what's good, bro? Lawrence Williams up in here. Rashid, what's up, man? Trap House Boxing says it's levels to quitting, it's injuries, and it's just you getting beat up or beat out. Yeah, I mean, shit, but some dudes can have nasty gashes and injuries like that and keep fighting. To me, it's all about your pain threshold. You know what I mean? Some guys' pain thresholds is higher than others, man. I mean, because Vili Klitschko looked like his damn face was getting ripped off, and he still wanted to fight. And we go on and on with injuries. Marla, what's good, man? I see you up in here. It's Steven 4722. What's good, Marla? Let me see. Let me do this for Marla. There we go. Okay. Dubois got discouraged when Joyce took his best shot, says St. Cruz. And yeah, I agree, man. Robert Starr, what's going on, bro? All right, I cannot believe that I'm about to call a damn Nate Robinson boxing match. This is crazy, man. I remember when Nate Robinson was playing in the Pac-12 for the Washington Huskies, man. And then, of course, in the pros, ooh, Nate Robinson coming out quick. He was in, just his technique is making me laugh. First is he orthodox or southpaw? Okay, he's fighting southpaw right now. Round one, Jake Paul and Nate Robinson. Wow. Let me see. Showtime got fights on too, James? Let me see here. All right. Now, Nate Robinson is back in orthodox. They are hugging each other right now. A Nate Robinson boxing match. Wow. Okay. Robinson is throwing that jab, but he's like literally running in with the jab. Both guys are holding right now. This is a 6-rounder. I know Jake Paul he's 1-0 officially, and then he had to fight with that other little YouTube kid. I forgot that little kid name. You would think that Jake Paul would be utilizing his jab. Again, Nate Robinson comes in with a jab, and then they grab. It's like they both lunge in to punch each other, and then they grab each other because they're off balance. Completely off balance. Nate is like lunging in with a jab. If Jake Paul would just take a half step back and line up his own jab with the right hand behind it, because Nate Robinson's going to come right in. Yeah, these guys aren't working on the inside or nothing, man. But they're novice, so I can't really expect too much, man. It's just surreal seeing Nate Robinson in a boxing match. Paul, man, there's a lot of damn grabbing. Paul stuck out a jab, and now they're grabbing again. Jake Paul threw a right hand when they were clinched over the top. Oh, good right hand by Paul. Knocked down Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson is down and hurt. He's complaining about getting hit behind the head. He's going to get counted out. But he's up. And he's complaining. Nah, Nate, there ain't no timeout, bro. This ain't the Knicks. You can't call in the backup. He is hurt, man. He is hurt. This is a lot of time to be talking to him. Let's see if Paul can finish. Nate's grabbing. He fell again. His legs are gone. His legs are gone. It's a slip, but his legs, man. He doesn't look too. Doesn't look too enthused anymore. Nate might just tackle him, man. If Jake Paul just land an uppercut, he could throw a good uppercut, catching Nate coming in trying to grab like that. In the round one, that was weird. That was a really weird round. I gave the first round with the knockdown to what's that boy name? Jake Paul. And I know this dude has like 70 million followers, man, but I don't really follow Jake Paul, man. So let's see what you guys talking about in the chat. What fights are on Showtime tonight, man? I didn't know Showtime had no fights. Is any heavyweights on there? Bruce Gold says, is this the main event? Yeah, bro, it is, Bruce. Let me see. Appreciate y'all showing up, man. Calvin Zero says, shout out from Solomon Islands, Mr. Boxing. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Lawrence, who's all on the show? Is there a Showtime card? All right, start around 2. Wild left hook. They're just, man, I can't even call this action. Look, a lot of wild flurries going on, y'all. It's just a lot of wild flurries and grabbing. I guess this is what, 70 million followers will get you, man. All right. Right now, they're posturing and posing right now. Nate Robinson hasn't really done anything effective as far as offensively. Just nothing. He's just leaning in with jabs. He keeps his footwork is off. He'll go from like lefty to righty, I think, unintentionally though. He's just running in. He's not taking like short steps forward with a high guard and nothing. It's like he's leaning in with one shot. Leaning in with one shot. Jake Paul should be using his jab. I don't have the fight up right. I don't have the volume up, so I'm not sure what they're saying in the corners. But Jake Paul should just use his jab. Just use your jab. Just jab. Jab right there. Oh, woo! Good overhand right by Paul. And Nate is down again. He don't want no more. He's gonna get up. He's tough, man. You can't be that short and that small playing in the NBA, man, not be tough. So he got some toughness. I know that's basketball, but he is tough. He's a football player too back in the day. He's tough. But he's gonna have to throw some shots, man. You're gonna have to get this guy up off of him. Good jab by Paul. Oh shit! Yikes. Oh man, damn. He got knocked out cold, y'all. Jake Paul just landed a right hand on Nate Robinson, put him face first, out of there. Good night. Only thing he's missing is a blanket and a pillow, man. Jeez. Oh shit. He is out of there, you guys. Face first.
He's still out.
He is asleep. Damn, hope this dude's all right, man. Ooh, he is not even moving. Oh shit.
There you go.
All right, he's a right. Oh man. Whew. That's boxing, man. This is a brutal business, man. This is a brutal business, and this is what happens. I know he's a good athlete, man, but just not enough time to work on technique. Not enough time for any of that. It's just, he's just wild, lunging, going from left to right, and his, like I said, it wasn't like he was trying to do it, just his footwork was off. So if he landed back in a southpaw stance, then he'll just fight from that stance. That type of just novice stuff going on. This is tough. It's one thing about boxing, you guys know this, man. It's one thing to get blown out in a basketball game or get blown out in a football game, but you get knocked out like this, you're just you're a damn meme. It's brutal, man. Boxing is a brutal, combat sports period is brutal, especially when you're a part of a highlight reel knockout loss. I like Nate too, man. I liked his heart and his tenacity as a ball player. But let's see right here. They're showing the replay. Lunging in with a jab, chin up in the air, boom. Caught right. Was that a temple? That right on the temple?
Yeah.
Forehead. Let me see.
It was a temple.
Ooh, good uppercut. Boom. Jaw. Ooh. He got knocked down 3 times. That was one. No, yep, that was the one. That's one of the knockdowns right there. He's gonna get up again. And you can tell with these knockdowns, he was kind of thinking. All the 2 knockdowns before the one that put him out cold, a lot of thinking and wondering. You can tell in his head a lot of thinking and wondering. Like, man, do I really want this, man? Yikes. See what the chat's talking about. See what the chat is talking about. Renee Saucedo was good, man. Capadonna 24, what's up? Y'all hit that like button on your way up in here, man. Wow. Anybody just joining? Nate Paul just knocked Jake Paul just knocked out Nate Robinson. Something nasty with a right hand, face first. Yikes. Mike Big says, is this on that pay-per-view card? Yeah, you go to what did we order this on? Fight TV. FITE Fight TV. That's what we got it on. Or that's how we were able to purchase it. Dan the man was good, bruh. I don't know what Nate was doing, man. He was coming in. He was coming in with chin up in the air, lunging in with jabs. He didn't throw one combination I can think of. But it's just not. I'm not sure how long Nate's been training as far as boxing goes for this fight right here. I'm not sure, but obviously not enough time to get ready. And not that Jake Paul is some top tier cruiserweight, but he has much more experience from his fight with the other YouTube guy, and then his professional fight and things I've been seeing on YouTube or on the internet over the last couple years. You can tell he's been, and I've seen him in some gyms, some credible gyms, getting in work. So just a lot, and the size advantage. I don't really think that played a part. Nate was just so novice and raggedy with his style.
He didn't even. He was just lunging in with no guard to speak of.
Yep, no guard, chin up in the air. Trap House says, jab that like button. Yeah, man, jab that like button. All right, man. Hell with all this. One Nez was good, bruh. It's old school up in here. Haplotype, what's up? Look. Hey, y'all. My man, Renee Saucedo says, knockout of the year. It's up there. Shit, Povetkin knocking out, what's that? Dillian White. And what's the little dude from Tank knocking out Santa Cruz with that uppercut. So can't forget about those. But look, let's talk about Roy and Mike real quick, man. Look, I've been hearing the rules are going to be this, the rules are going to be that. I guess we'll see, man. I've been hearing a lot. The J Rules theory was good, bro. No, Salty Sally. Jake Paul is not the next American hope for boxing. No, please don't start saying that. I know you're joking. Hell no. Please don't start saying that. Anyways, look, on a serious note, right? Roy versus Mike coming up, man. Wow. I can't believe this, man. I think I need to go see. Look, man, y'all pull out your Platinum Fubu jerseys. Y'all pull out your Mecca jeans and your Jabot jeans and your academic shirts and your Helly Hansen hoodies and all that.
Fubu. Can't forget about Fubu.
Get your Fubu. Man, I feel like this is like late 90s, early 2000s, man. Look, because this is when they were talking about fighting. I think that was 03 or something like that, 04. But look, man, we haven't seen Mike Tyson in the ring in, 15 years? Um, Kevin McBride, a pay-per-view that I actually ordered. They fought in DC. I actually ordered that pay-per-view. Uh, and Mike was up on the cards with Danny Williams and McBride. He just quit. He just got the fight beat out of him. He just didn't want to do it no more, right? We've actually heard Mike say he was just fighting for money. His mind wasn't there, so on and so forth, right? Since then, 2005, if you don't want to count Roy's last loss in 05 and just go 06, and since that loss in 05, rather, till now, Roy's been in the ring, 22 times, I believe? They've been in the ring 22 times since then. You know what I mean? 17-5. I think 9 people didn't make it to see the final bell when he fought over the last 15 years in the 22 fights. Jeff Lacey, Calzaghe, Hopkins, Lebedev, Tito, Danny Green, guys like that. Roy's been way more active than Mike over the last 15 years, man. Training camps, for fights. He has his own gym that he has guys come down. He works them out and trains with them. Eubank, and there's been some other guys over the years. What's the dude from Canada? What's that dude's name? Pascal. Remember when he was training Pascal for a little bit? John Pascal and some other guys, right? I've seen him out in Russia training dudes. So he's been in the gym. He hasn't gained a innumerable amount of weight and been stagnant and dormant and just sitting around. He's been pretty much in the gym since he was a kid, pretty much until now. You know what I'm saying? He had a fight 2 years ago. What was that dude that he fought, man? Scott Sigmund. And I actually watched that fight yesterday again. And Roy, there was spots in that fight when he was fighting off the ropes. He might try to showboat and stick his tongue out with Roy because, with Tyson. Roy has an ego himself. Mike isn't the only great that's fighting tonight. And I think some, not all, but some fans are kind of like overlooking Roy a little bit to some degree, as if he wasn't a great one. I think it's more just the younger fans that just, only thing they know of Roy is he got knocked out by Macronelli and Lebedev and shit like that, right? It seems as if there's more mystique and nostalgia around Mike Tyson. Just we know his life is a movie, right? But Roy's been active, and he has the ability in this fight, man, to outquick Mike with his hand speed and keep Mike on the end of that jab. But like I said, watching his last fight against a guy named Scott Sigmund, he was against the rope. And not just that fight. A few of his fights over the last his last 22 fights, he's been against the ropes, trying to work off the ropes against guys. Against the Sigmunds, always to the Lebedevs. You know what I mean? And the Lebedev fight and even the Macronelli knockout, he got hurt with uppercuts. I believe, did Danny Green hurt an uppercut too? I forget, but that's one punch that Roy has eaten a lot of over his last 22 fights is uppercuts. But he's been shown that not even just fighting, you guys, this dude's been going, I think 10 out of the 22 fights, he went 10 rounds or more. Even the fight in 2018, he went 10 rounds. And when Mike loses his fights, he usually gives up and quits or just he got knocked out against Buster, against bigger guys though. And yes, technically, right, Roy does have the longer reach and he is 1 inch taller. But Mike usually, we're talking Kevin McBride, who's like 6'7", and Danny Williams is 6'3", 6'2" or something like that, 6'3". Holyfield taller than Mike. And then we know Lennox and guys like that. Buster Douglas, 6'4". You know what I mean? So Mike was getting dominated by guys like that with good jabs, or just the girth of them were just so big. Mike just gave up once he couldn't get him out of there, right? So this is a little bit different dynamic where Roy's not a big guy. He can't just rely on an 83-inch reach jab and that type of thing and put his weight on Mike and lean him down, tire Mike out, get him frustrated. So, but I did notice, man, even though Mike is down to 220, he has lost a lot of muscle mass. I think the videos, but those videos, people saw the videos lied to us. Where's all the muscle mass from the weigh-in yesterday? Mike was really dry too. But my thing is, you guys, if you work out a lot, you guys know when you hitting the bag and you're real sweaty and you're working out, your muscles have a tendency to bulge out a little bit more. At least for me, you know what I mean? So now some of the pictures were probably, altered. Well, meaning like if you're standing in the dark or like half of it, the room you're in is kind of dark. Maybe a muscle is looking more toned than it actually is. Things of that nature. But Uh, yeah, Mike lost a lot of muscle mass, man. And I was on Blood Boxing's live stream earlier this morning, and yeah, Mike's neck doesn't look as thick. His thighs doesn't look as big and muscular as they used to. But I still think that dude can punch hard. That's one thing I don't think that was deceiving me was him punching the hell out the mitts. And you know what I mean? But those were just explosive 8 to 12-second clips. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how he was breathing after he I want to know how he was breathing after them clips. You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be an interesting scrap, man. But uppercuts is what I've been seeing Roy hurt with, though, you guys. Uppercuts. And shit, man, Mike, I mean, I know he went through a camp to get ready for this sparring. He said he was getting roughed up in sparring. Some people say, oh, you're getting rough. And I was seeing some fans say, oh, you're getting roughed up in sparring? Well, shit, why are you even fighting? Well, dude, sparring should be tougher than a fight.
Everybody gets roughed.
You know what I mean? Training should always be tougher than the actual fight. And I would hope he's bringing in some young guys that can rough up a fucking 54-year-old in sparring and get, you know what I mean? That's trying to get back into boxing shape. I would hope so. You know what I mean? I understand if this was a prime, 1988, 87, Mike. But shit, even then he got dropped in sparring one time. Who dropped him? Was it Greg Page that dropped him? You know what I mean? So no, I wouldn't say he shouldn't be fighting if you're getting roughed up in sparring. You're supposed to. But what do I know, man? I'm just a dude on YouTube talking shit.
Right.
Let me see what you guys are saying, man. I'm missing a lot of these, man. But I'm going to start from the bottom, work my way up to the top. Like the Jeffersons. Let's see. Renee Saucedo says Roy got robbed of a gold medal. Yes, he did. That is a fact. Actually, yeah, that is a fact. Haplotype. Hey, who robbery think was worse? Was it Roy's or Evander's? I'm going to say Roy. Roy was blatant. Well, they both were blatant. Haplotype says Mike's neck is still way strong. Roy neck and chin really vulnerable. Mr. Freeze says, what's up, man? James says Roy got more knockouts. Mike Thompson says it's called pump. I think you're talking about when you're working. I don't know. You could be talking about that. Let me see. Oliver says, when does it start? In a few moments here, man. The Jake Paul, Nate Robinson cruiserweight fight is over with. Mike is talking. See, right there, Mike looked pretty muscular. His damn forearms, he looked muscular right there. But muscles don't win fight, man. So we'll see when it's yeah, James, get your woo wear out. Get your woo wear.
Your no limit wear.
Yeah, get your no limit wear, your woo wear. I feel like I'm in the late 90s, man. Quas, you saying stream? Nah, bro, it's just commentary on this, man. That's why I put live commentary, bro. Maybe somebody can help you out in the chat with a stream or a link. Or go ahead and get that Fight app, FITE. That's
pay the $49.99 like everybody else.
Yeah, and go ahead and pay that little hot 50, man. I know people, they don't want to pay for the fight, and that's fair enough, but sometimes I just like to watch it clear, no mess ups, no interruptions, sometimes I haven't streamed a fight in so long, man, but I could probably count on my hand how many fights I've streamed. Usually I support the fighters, man. Boxing is my hobby, it's my passion. I've been watching this sport for 35 years, man. So I'll pay the money. Shit, I paid for Roy when he fought Prince Badi Ajuma. What was that dude? Yeah, when he fought that dude. You know what I'm saying? He fought that dude in Idaho, and I bought that one. I bought a lot of pay-per-views. Elliot Ness, no, the fight is not on yet. It's not on yet, man. Shortly. Let me see here. Salty Sally says these sled fights are just entertainment at the end of the day. He says they won't do much in the pros, but talking the part gets headlines. Yeah. Who is this little kid performing?
St. John.
Saint who?
John, J-H-N.
Okay, St. John's performer. Never heard of this kid. James said, Michael Jai White got a fight in the UFC now. I doubt, I doubt he will. Maybe get fucking Chuck Liddell out of, get one of them dudes or something. Yeah, Trap House, get your cross color outfits. You know what I mean? Your Fat Farm, get all that out right now, man. Let's take it back to the 9-9,
Jesus.
the 9-9 in the 2000s, like Juvenile said. Renee Salcido says Tyson versus Ruddock 2. That was a good fight. That was a damn good fight. That was a slugfest. I actually think them Ruddock fights took a lot out of Mike. Even though he won both fights, I still think those fights took a lot out of him. People are not, and I know Razor after the fact took some L's to Morrison and got blitzed by Lennox Lewis and all that. But going into the Ruddock fight, people kind of forget in real time what was happening and what was being said going into some of these fights of the past. And going into that fight with Razor Ruddock, people were looking at Ruddock as one of the hardest punchers in the division with Mike Tyson. Some people thought he had the best left hand because he used to throw that little, what they used to call that punch, the smash. Is that what he used to call it? I forgot what Ruddock used to call that punch. But he was one of the hardest punchers in the division and one of the top 5 heavyweights when Tyson fought him. That wasn't going to be an easy fight for Mike. Catherine, the fight hasn't started yet. It's going to It's going to start shortly. Right now, some dude in a pink jacket is performing that I never heard of. What's his name again? Saint John.
T-shirt.
Let's see here.
I think he's from the islands or like the Caribbean or something.
Let me see. Yeah, J. Roos, he did fall. Hey, the J. Roos theory said Nate felt like Apollo Creed and Rocky. He did.
Yes, he did.
That was nasty, man. Alex Santos naming all the old school brands: Carl Kanai, Peli, Fubu, Avrex. I used to have one of them Avrex jackets, $1,000 jacket. I used to have one of them joints. I had 2 of them. Them Peli leather jackets expensive too. Them motherfuckers still like a stack to get one of them jackets. Maybe it's just like a region thing, because I know like in other places I never heard nobody like on the West Coast and down south. I think that's like a Midwest thing.
West, yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, Peli's like a Midwest thing, because up here in Minnesota and Illinois and all that, they love them damn jackets.
No, I think they wear Peli on the East Coast.
Probably, but I just know it's really Chicago cats and a lot of just Minnesota cats.
I used to say the East Coast dudes used to wear Peli jackets and Timberlands.
Mitch Green, you guys talking about Mitch Green, Mark Hunt? Yeah, hey, Renee, I did see Mark Hunt had a fight. He did have a fight. Was it this week or was it last week? I know he had. I seen it on BoxRec when I was looking up all the heavyweight stuff. Bruce goes. Yes, he did. You are right. You are right. Mike Tyson did clean up the heavyweight division, went undisputed. And then to make it one better, not only did he go undisputed with the belts, beating Burbick, Tucker, and Bone Crusher, then he said, you know what? Let me double back and fight Spinks, since everybody's looking at him as the, quote, lenient, well, he was, because he beat Larry Holmes twice, which I thought that's a different video. I'm not going to talk about Spinks and Holmes fights. But anyways, Mike doubled back and beat him too, and did it quick in 4 years. Man, I don't think he gets enough credit, man. People, he didn't fight anybody, man. It was some tough guys in the 80s.
This dude has on leather skinny pants and
Let me see.
boot shirt.
Yeah, man, they need to get this kid off the air, man.
He's wearing
Jesus
leggings.
Christ. Rappers, is he a rapper?
Leather leggings, yeah.
Rappers wearing leggings, huh? And
Leather
chokers.
Leggings and a Betty Boop shirt and a pink jacket.
Wow. Let me see what's up in here. When Nez says you don't play boxing, you damn right about that. Xavier the boxing nerd says he knocked out a YouTuber and a basketball player. Now Floyd's going to give him a fight.
No, hell
I don't know, man. I hope Floyd doesn't. Maybe Floyd might start saying, "Hey, all roads." When it comes to exhibitions, all roads lead to Mayweather. I can see Floyd saying some shit like that. When it comes to exhibitions, all roads lead to Mayweather. Damn, now Snoop Dogg. Man, so what y'all think about next week? Let me see. Count Drago says, "Do you think Dubois quit?" Do I think? Count.
I know he did.
I know he did, bro.
Watched it live.
He took a bending knee. He looked at the canvas. He wiped his eye. He thought about it. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was looking around. He thought about it again. He thought about the pain. Thought about his eye. Next thing you know, the count was 9, and he tried to get up real quick. And when fighters do that whole, I'm gonna take a knee and try to look at the ref and try to time his count. And when you say, "Nah, I'm trying to," nah, just count them out. When guys are doing that, man, you're trying to see. Now you're trying to put it on the ref to where, oh no, see, stop the fight. No, no, no. You don't want no more, is what it is. I remember Charles Martin did that shit with AJ, trying to beat the count. Now, again, if you get knocked down and you're really separated from your senses and you're trying to get up in your stomach, that's something else because you're really trying to beat the count. But all that trying to rise up on 9 and all that, nah, you didn't want no more. You didn't want no more. You didn't. But yeah, Count, I think he quit, man. Now, if you want to say, or not just you, if anybody, oh man, it was his orbital bone. Okay, well, yeah, he quit with a hurt, Hey, I'm not saying I could take the pain. I'm just telling you what I seen. The kid quit, man, and I think a lot of guys are going to test his heart. They're going to, test that pain threshold, and
it's going to follow.
So. Wilder knocks Joyce out with the 1-2 down the pipe. Yeah, I will pick Wilder, knock him out clean. Bruce Gold says Dubois quit like Brooke. Alex Santos, he's laughing at all roads lead to Mayweather. I can see Money May saying that, man. If what's the boy named Jake Paul come out and say something smart against Mayweather, I can see Mayweather saying that. I can see Mayweather. What, you got 70 million followers? I got 70 million in jewelry. One of my cars, my Bugatti cost 70 million. I could see Floyd trying to stun on him and then give him a shot and end up beating him. I can definitely see that happening, man. When it comes to exhibitions, all roads lead to Mayweather. I could definitely see that. Count Drago says Joyce got a kitchen sink for a chin. I could see Joyce versus Chisora happening. Can't see Usyk rematch happening. He's the WBO mandatory. Well, Count, only way we can possibly see it. It just depends what Anthony. Well, first Joshua has to get Pulev. Has to get past Pulev. Me as a fan, I never get into the looking 2 years down the road. I never do that. Always go fight by fight because you never know what could happen, man. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. All right. So if he gets past Pulev, then they were talking about him trying to fight Fury, but it seems like Fury and Wilder seem like that fight's going to go down. Right? Then they were talking about if that were to happen, AJ versus Fury, then they will vacate the WBO. But now it seems like Wilder and Fury is going to go to court, if anything. If they don't get in the ring, he can forget that for right now. So if he beats Pulev, will he just let the WBO go, or will he just say, fuck it, let me just defend my WBO against Usyk? But if that WBO gets vacated somehow, then it most likely be Usyk versus Joyce. And they can rematch. They can run it back from the World Series of Boxing fight that Usyk won back in the day. A lot of what ifs, huh? Damn.
A lot.
That's boxing though, man. If this happens, then that'll happen. If this happens. Boxing kind of reminds me of, if you guys are familiar with the NFL, and when it gets like 2 games away from the end of the season before the playoff starts, well, if Jacksonville beats this team and Kansas City wins, but if they win and they don't win, if they lose, then they're in. But if they, it's like that with boxing. From weekend to weekend, though. Renee Sosito says he got Pulev in an upset. You say he's going to win an upset. What do you think he's going to do to upset AJ, Renee? Zapiro, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. He says, I think Kaunaki Joyce will be a very interesting fight to see, but first he needs rematch Helenius in January. Greetings from the UK, bro. Shouts out to the UK. Yeah, they are talking about having a rematch for the Hellenius and Kanaki fight. I know they agreed in principle, or did they? I think they did. But anyways, I think they're gonna get that rematch going, and that would be good. Another one is Brazil. Brazil versus Joyce would be a good one. I think that'd be a good one too.
I think that'd be a good fight.
Okay, they got Snoop Dogg up here. Daniel Bob says AJ beats Pulev. All right, man. Come on. How many more songs are gonna do? Let's get to this Mike versus Roy, man.
I'm just trying to drop it like it's hot.
Is that that doggy style jacket? That's a nice little jacket.
And the t-shirt. He got the jacket and the t-shirt on.
Let me see what you guys are talking about, man. Who do y'all got in that Kuzman versus Bacoli fight? That's gonna be on the undercard of AJ Pulev. And then who do y'all got in the Wak versus Huey Fury fight? That's gonna be on the undercard as well. Who y'all got in them fights? Count Drago says Pulev failed to KO Rydell Booker. He has a decent jab, but can't see him landing power shots on AJ. I have AJ by KO. Yeah, Rydell is hard to stop, man. I know that who just got the stoppage over him? Was it Herkovic? Was it Yeah, I think Herkovic just got a stoppage over Rydell, but I think the ref just stepped in and stopped it. It wasn't so much that he knocked him out, but Rydell's hard to stop, man. He's not the easiest dude to just go in there and knock out, even though he's old and he came back after being out for 14 years and all that. But some guys, man, when they have a good amateur background, they don't get flustered easy. They're not scared. They're pretty durable. They're probably overmatched skill wise and size sometimes. Uh, it's hard to just knock a guy out that's coming into the fight in survival mode. And I remember when I was doing my interviews on my channel, if you guys haven't heard any of my interviews that I've done with Junior Fa and Gregory Corbin, Eric Molina, Andy Ruiz before he fought Parker, I would always, and a few other guys, but I will always ask the guy, Cassius Chaney, I will always ask these guys, yo, is it hard to knock out somebody that comes in there just to survive? And they all said, yeah. And the reason I asked them that, because I would converse with a lot of fans sometimes on different videos and lives, and they were like, man, why didn't you just knock the dude out? Oh, man, he slipped. He could just knock. It's like, dude, well, the dude was in survival mode. Like, he's staying away from engaging. Like, it's not hard to just knock. It's hard to knock people out that is small. Snoop smoking a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to knock people out like that. That's hard, man. I don't give a damn how hard you can punch. If somebody doesn't want to be knocked out and they know how to survive and they got good defense and a decent chin and pedigree and background, it's hard, man. Count Drago's going with Sergey Kuzman and he's going with Huey Fury. Okay. Sapiro says, remember Israel Gono? Yes, I do. How can I forget Israel, man? I thought he was going to be contend for a world title one day. But he says now he fights. Yep, I know he does. Yep, I've seen him. And I follow him on Instagram. He's in damn good shape still. He kind of teases me a little bit because I'll see him doing some mitt work. But then I'll look at the background of the video and realize he's in a damn MMA gym. But yeah, man, I thought Izzy was going to be one of them dudes, man. That fight with Brazil was a classic. I think that was a nice little underrated heavyweight scrap. And then the fight that he had against... what's the dude's name? Rosansky, his last fight, pro boxing fight that he lost. And that guy was undefeated. I need to look up Rosansky, man. I'm not sure when he's going to fight again, but he put the beat down on Izzy. And Izzy quit too, man. He quit.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Izzy, man. I wish him nothing but the best in his MMA endeavors, man. Yeah, shout out to him, man. Maybe, I don't know, man, because he was with the Joseph Parker camp early in his career, and I always was like, man, he's gonna have to break away from their camp. because obviously Kevin Berry is putting Joe first. You know, I don't know. Maybe if Izzy would have broke away earlier, maybe I don't. You know, it's easy to say now, but yeah, man, I thought Izzy would stay around for a little bit longer though, man. But it is what it is. Let me see. Renee Saucedo says I got Huey Fury and a face down KO. You think Huey's gonna knock out Wack? It's hard to knock Wack out, man. It's hard. I know Bacole stopped him, and Miller. Did Jarrell stop him? I forget, man. But I know it's hard to knock out Wack though. Wack is getting in shape. Yo, I was on what's the YouTube website or what's the YouTube channel here for the Polish? What's that Polish dude's channel? I think it's called like Polska Box or something like that here on YouTube. It's a Polish channel. They cover boxing. Shouts out to them. The guy had a clip of Marius Wack training from like last week, doing like some CrossFit training. He's training hard on that end, but we'll see what happens when he gets in the ring with Huey. I think Huey's going to move. Yeah, I think Huey's going to move. Give him problems with his movement, use his hand speed, and just chip away to a points decision. Let me see here. Count Drago says, what do you think of Yoka yesterday? I know Hammer is hard to look good against, but I was unimpressed. Yeah. I wasn't all that impressed by Yoka again. Hammer's a guy that can, not make it look great. He's done that with Povetkin and Ortiz and guys like that. What I will say, though, is I thought Yoka was hanging on the inside too much when he would put the high guard up and just sit there. I don't know if he was calling himself trying to, get a breather or, take a rest. I'm not sure what he was doing, man, but he didn't work enough on the inside. I know they're saying that he fractured is it a fracture on the hand? He suffered a hand fracture. So maybe that was I'm not sure which hand it was. Then he wasn't throwing his right hand enough. And I thought there were some opportunities for some uppercuts in that fight that he wasn't throwing it. But he was doing a decent job with the jab. But it was just one of them, sloppy wins, man. It was getting to the point he was getting held. So Hammer was being really physical with him, and it looked like Yoka was just willingly just going down to a knee. Like he didn't want to do no type of wrestling with Christian Hammer in that fight. Wasn't the greatest performance, man, but hey, he got the win. And for a guy that's in his 8th fight and they're throwing you in there with a guy like Christian Hammer, that's not bad. You know what I mean? That's not bad at all. As far as that goes. Loke, what's good, man? He says, what's up, Mr. Boxing? How good is it? Or how good is Joyce? Top 10? I wouldn't be mad if you throw him in the top 10. I have to really sit down and give you a list. But if do put him in the top 10, shit, lower half of the top 10, 9 or 10 or something like that. But still a lot of work to be done, though. This Dubois win is good. Dubois, was an up and coming guy with a lot of promise, but we'll see. But I have to sit down, man, and really do a list to give you my accurate assessment of where Joe Joyce is as it pertains to like a top 10 list or something like that. What do you guys think about the prospect David Adelaide, man, out of the UK? I still think I like Fabio Wardley, man. That's who I like out of the UK as far as the up-and-coming guys, not named Dubois. I like Fabio Wardley, man. For a guy that doesn't have a lot of amateur background, kind of reminds me of a young Tyrell Biggs to a certain degree. Let me see here. Man, they're loud in there.
Yeah, they are.
Let me see. Let me see here. Huey would be face down. Can you bring me something to drink? Whatever I got in there cold, just bring it here. Let me see. Count Drago says, can someone KO Manuel Char already? Any of these top 15 guys, please. Yeah, man. Manuel Char. Oh, man. Well, I can't say this about Char. I think Char did call out Andy. Did he call out Andy Ruiz? I think he called out Ruiz. I'm not sure, but I would love to see Manuel Charr fight one of these days, man. It's like they always, they say that him and Trevor Bryan was going to fight, and then they're not going to fight, and they were going to fight. Trevor Bryan's another dude that I would love to see fight. Like, when is this dude going to fight again? All right, man. They got the tail of the tape. Combined age of over 100, 105 years. All right, man. It's gonna be interesting to watch, man. This is an interesting one right here, man. I don't know how the hell this one's gonna turn out. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. in 2020. Wow. All right, man. What's y'all picks? Just put the name in there. Put Jones or Tyson. Stand on your pick right now. Don't go back. Don't try to change it in the second round. I'm gonna go with Tyson by knockout. Somehow, some way, I think this glove is gonna touch Roy on the chin and get him out of there. I'm gonna say an uppercut. I'm gonna say a left uppercut by Mike Tyson wins the day. So y'all put y'all picks in the chat, man, and don't try to turn back. Count Drago says Tyson in 2.
It's only 6 rounds, right?
Oh, Renee Saucedo says Huey will be face down.
Is it 6 then?
I think this is for 8. Is this an 8-rounder? It was a 6. I think it's 8. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. They'll say it when it comes up. Let me see. Count's the only one right now that's put his prediction in the chat. So you got Tyson in 2, huh? Well, I know Roy. Look, man, like I said, you guys, I seen Roy in his last fight, 2018, against what's the guy's name? Sigmund that he fought. And Roy just, he wanted to go on the ropes. It's gonna be funny. I want to see if Roy elects to go to the ropes against Mike. If he will fight comfortably off the ropes. I know probably the logical answer would be no, but shit, if Sigmund could get, I don't know. Some of it was just Roy going to the ropes, and some of it was the Sigmund dude just pushing him there. Where Roy was comfortable fighting that dude anywhere in the ring. And even if he's not on the ropes early, would there be a point where he just gets pushed to the ropes? I'm curious to see how Mike looks after throwing a flurry. How's that gas tank going to look? How is he going to look when he can't just lunge in and have it his way? Will he get discouraged? Will the quit come out in him? As great as Mike Tyson is, historic figure as he is, one of the best heavyweights to do it, comparing him to other greats, all right, not Joe Blow, not Larry Lunchmeat, not Jerry the Journeyman. I'm talking about again with other elites. Mike, he gets frustrated. He wants to quit, man. He'll find ways out of fight like he did against Evander. And then late in his career, I know people say, oh, but Mr. Boxing, he didn't want to fight. He was just fighting for the money. Okay, but then he also, once he couldn't get Williams and McBride out of there, quit set in. You know what I mean? I'm just calling it like it is, y'all.
McBride was the one where he quit on the stool, right? Or quit in the corner?
I forget.
The white boy?
Yep. We ordered that pay-per-view too.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Benny Watts says he got Tyson in 4. Renee Saucedo says Char laid an egg against Klitschko. Yeah, and he also got laid out against Marius Briedis. Remember that one? When Briedis knocked him out? Briedis was going back on the back foot. Boom, uppercut. Put him to sleep. I mean, he really put Char to sleep. That was a nasty KO. All right, Benny Watts, he told me it's 8 rounds, 2 minutes each. Just like the damn rules were changing every other hour. Mm-hmm. Every website I go on, they're saying something different. So 8 rounds, 2 minutes. I did hear Mike say something. All he needs is 2 minutes.
I also heard Mike say he didn't know what the rules were.
It's going to be interesting, man. They need to hurry this up.
Yeah, they do.
Let's see. Benny Watson said he got Tyson in the 4th.
What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go Mike with a I'm kind of discouraged on making predictions. I got Dubois and Joyce wrong. I'm kind of discouraged with my prediction right now. I'm gonna, Mike's gonna find a way to get his chin, man. I think I'm gonna go with Mike by knockout, and I'm gonna say third round.
Are they wearing headgear?
No.
Okay.
Melvin McKenzie says he got Roy in the fifth. You think it's gonna be just an accumulation, Melvin? Like Mike can't, is just too much coming at him, too much speed, tired, fatigue, too many punches come at him type of stoppage? Or you think he's gonna put Mike out cold? Or you think it'll just be more of, like I said, like a discouraged Mike? There's just too many punches coming. He's not in good enough shape. You know he's down at 220, but it's just not enough. I can see that happening. Now, if Roy was like a retired, I know it's if, but if this was like a Shannon Briggs or something, I would feel more comfortable picking them against Mike. Because it's big guys that give Mike trouble. Even though he's beaten big guys, Tony Tucker and Bone Crusher and all that, but also when he's had trouble, it's been against big guys as well. Or a guy that can box and move. I remember Tillis gave Mike trouble early in his career. Where they say he got smoker's lung, huh? Mm-hmm. Hey, man, I know Roy liked to hit the blunts too, though. I know Roy admitted it a few years ago. I know Roy liked to hit the weed too. But Mike has put his body through way worse stuff than Roy over the years. Mm-hmm. So we'll see, man. Juice World says RIP Nate. Yeah, that was a nasty knockout, man. That was an embarrassing knockout. That's going to be a meme. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a meme.
He's going to be all over the internet.
He's going to be all over. He's going to be a real social media star tonight. Mm-hmm. For the wrong reasons. But hopefully, I like Nate, man. Tough competitor. We play ball, man. All right, comes Roy. I cannot believe this. Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson. I still cannot believe this.
In 2020.
Let me see here. Greg Evans says, if no towels are thrown or if neither gets disqualified, I say it might go to decision. I really like Mike, but I think Roy is going to surprise some people tonight. And Count Drago says, y'all must have forgot.
If it goes to decision, it'll be Roy, I bet.
Is Roy going to come out rapping his own music?
Maybe.
You would think Roy would make do some promotion right now. Promote a new song or something. Yeah, Nate Robinson suffered a nasty knockout, man.
Yeah, he ate the canvas face first. It took him a minute to wake up too.
Yeah, he was out of there. He probably. And I'm sub to Nate, his YouTube channel, man. And I like what he records stuff with his sons and all that, and they be in the backyard playing ball, and I like that, that interaction with your boys and stuff.
Oh, was he the one who played basketball?
Yeah, that was playing. Yeah. I was showing you. Mm-hmm. I like that. He was, but man, that boxing's a tough way to make a living, man. I don't think people really realize that until you get into the gyms and spar and train with guys. And I'm not saying you gotta be at an elite level, but just go in there and spar and train and hit the bag. Boxing is tough, man.
I don't think anybody
the shit's tough.
Respects it until they actually
get
into the ring against somebody else that's trying to knock your head off.
And yeah, because I was a big boxing fan all my life, you guys, from the late 80s up until now, right? And the first time I got in, I'm talking about real sparring. I ain't talking about in the backyard with your cousins or your homeboys throwing wild shots with gloves. I'm talking about going to a real gym with headgear on and sparring real fighters. And the first time I was able to do that was in 2010. I was 29. Yeah, 2009 and 2010. And yeah, it's it's a lot different than what it looks like on the outside if you've never been in there like that. I'm talking about real deal sparring against real deal fighters. And I told you guys multiple times that I've sparred Robert Brandt and Javante Starks, who are professional fighters. And yeah, it was tough. And those are actually the first two guys I've ever sparred in my life, too. All right. We are neither here nor there. Let's get to this. Mike Tyson. I cannot believe watching Mike Tyson walk to the ring.
In 2020.
Brownsville. Okay, I thought he was going to come with the traditional white towel on, but he got a black towel on that says Brownsville in the front, representing the BK, and he got Tyson on the back. Here we go. Here we go. You know, no matter how old these guys are, man, I know some people don't want to see this fight. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, but with fighters, man, they're just in their element. This is them. Like, I know, shit, when they were kids, people were probably saying, hey, you shouldn't fight. You're only, you're a young kid. You want to get hurt. And now they're old men. Oh, you shouldn't fight. You're a kid. They're just in their element, man, whether we like it or not. This is their element. Yeah, you can definitely see the loss of muscle mass from Mike, but he's in really good shape for a 54-year-old man, in very good shape for a 54-year-old man. But you can definitely tell the muscle mass is gone. Mm-hmm. But hey, what do you expect, man? The dude's damn near 60, man. You know what I mean? So another performance?
Holy
Jesus
shit, man.
Oh my God.
Are they doing the national anthem?
Who is this? Is that Neo?
Neo, yeah.
Oh, Lord, man.
Oh, it's the national anthem.
Oh, shit. I mean, all right. Neo's doing the national anthem. Okay. Let me see. Greg Evans says, I wouldn't be surprised by Mike taking it with a knockout. Count Drago says going to be ugly for Roy. St. Cruzan says if Roy stays outside, away from Mike, for 3 to 4 rounds, he can win. Greg Evans says one of the early rounds. Sorry, everyone trying to type on the phone. Melvin McKenzie says Roy's got better hand speed. It is more evasive using his feet. This is key in the late rounds. Mike needs to get Roy early if he can catch him. I agree with that. As far as Roy using his feet, he can use them. But Melvin, I also, like I told you, bro, I went back and watched that 2018 fight that he had with, I believe the dude's name is Scott Sigmund, whatever that dude's name is. And even in that fight and some other fights throughout the years, Roy loves to just get on the ropes. You know what I mean? But stamina-wise, like I said, though, Roy, his last fight in 2018, he went 10 rounds. So, he goes some rounds. Where we know of Mike, even when Mike was in his prime, Mike would start to slow down a little bit after the 4th or 5th round. And that was in his prime. Now, he would go in and, go deep in the fight sometimes with, Tucker and Bone Crusher and all that, but he would kind of slow down. And he was susceptible to being clinched. But again, those are against bigger men. I'm talking about bigger, like 6'4", 6'3", bigger, not 5. What they list Mike at 5'10", was Roy 5'11" or something like that. But look, man, all that is neither here nor there. We're talking about right now, tonight. We can't bring back the 88 Mike, and we can't bring back the 1994 Roy. You know what I mean? So, and Roy, that his face is used to getting touched. He's more accustomed to sparring over the years and, being in there and sparring here and there, whereas Mike hasn't. So will he cut easy? Will he swell up easy? I really don't know. Boxing Squared. What's good, bro? He says Areola wasn't inserted into the WBA rankings months ago after they said the Ruiz fight was almost done. You know what, bro? And that's no surprise to me, Boxing Squared, because I know when Wilder was getting ready to. And speaking of Areola, it was Areola when Wilder was getting ready to fight Areola. Remember when they had Areola step up to fight Wilder? A lot of us didn't like it. He was not rated. Then out of nowhere, like magic, literally, he was rated number 7. And I remember doing a video about it. That's actually still here on YouTube. So I said all that to say this. It doesn't surprise me. It's just funny that it's Areola again, though, but it doesn't surprise me at all, man. But to be honest with you, though, Areola and Ruiz is going to be entertaining at the very least. I mean, Areola and Konaki was entertaining. And I think this fight, Areola and Ruiz, should have been took place about 4. I talked about that 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. That fight should have been took place in Southern California. Should have been took place. You know, but based off what I've seen Ariola's last fight, and I know he'll bring the fight to him, you know, I can roll with it. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all go subscribe to my man Boxing Square, man. He also does an excellent job of covering the heavyweight division like myself. Y'all go subscribe to him, man. Wow, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. I'm still kind of amazed by this all. Yep, I agree, Boxing Square. This should have been happened, man. Should have been happened. But hey, the way Andy is living right now, he's living like a rock star, man. I can't, the dude, made a lot of money in the last 2 fights. Dude's living like a rock. I seen a big tattoo he has on his neck. It's like on his neck coming up to like the side of his head. Andy has a YouTube channel here. He only has 2 videos up. And one is him doing some training, some like cross training and hitting the mitts and all that on his YouTube channel. Because he's working out with Canelo on his team now. And I seen that new tattoo he got. He's been doing a lot of, flossing on Instagram and showing off his nice things and all that. And sponsors are messing with him now. So, or even more sponsors now. So, like, he's just living a life, So, hopefully he still has that drive inside. Because Andy's a damn good fighter. I've always had Andy, since I've been here on YouTube, man. 6, 7, 8 years, have Andy as a legit top 15 heavyweight. Not sanctioned anybody, just an overall top 15-ish type of heavyweight. Top 10. All right, here we go. Round 1. Roy Jones versus Mike Tyson. Wow, okay. Wow. All right. Roy Jones using his jab. Mike lunged in with a jab, kind of off balance. Roy's using the jab, trying to stay on that side. Mike using his jab as well. No power punches thrown yet. Roy's circling. Gonna have to stay off them ropes. Left hand by Mike to the body. Mike's moving his head a little bit. Good right hand to the body. Yeah, but baby, Roy loves to fight with his hands down. My wife's saying, Roy, keep your hands up. She would have hated watching Roy in his prime. All right, good left hook to the body by Mike. Roy's grabbing him, and he's walking him back. I want to see that. Whenever I see guys wrap Mike up and walk him back, it's usually bad news. Good jab by Roy. Roy, left hook try by Mike. Roy, I knew Roy was going to show this too. Even at an older age, he still likes to showboat, stick his tongue out, all that.
Mike's working the offhand when they're in the clinch.
Yep, Mike is working that offhand when they're in the clinch. Kind of low. That was kind of low, but Mike is working he's working that offhand.
And he's using his head to push.
Roy Jones with his hands down, he's poking the jab in. He's trying to use that jab. Good jab to the stomach by Roy. Good jab by Mike. See, Mike, that explosiveness, he's 54, but that explosiveness is not there on the inside right now. Because I can't believe that Roy is able to have as much strength as Roy on the inside. Usually Mike struggles with the big guys on the inside holding them and putting their weight. And I know Roy is not the 175-pound Roy, right? He's a 210-pound, 51-year-old right now, but can he discourage Mike? Can he keep doing this to Mike and make him? I gave Mike that one, though. I gave Mike the first round. Mr. 100 was good, man. He says, Mr. Boxer Today and Boxing Square, both good channels for boxing news. Been watching both guys for a long time. Correction, Mr. 100. Heavyweight boxing news. You know what I mean? Let's get that corrected. But I appreciate that, though, man. St. Cruisin says, it's surreal seeing them both enter. Yeah, this is crazy, man. Count Drago says, 2 of my favorite voices here on the heavyweight division. Talking about me and Boxing Square. Wesley Gumby said, who won? It's actually the first round just ended, Wesley. And I gave that first round to Mike Tyson. But really wasn't much going on. A lot of jabbing, posturing, feinting. I think Mike, I gave him that round based on his body attack. $103 people, man. Y'all hit that like button. Roy's using that jab. Mike's lunging in with left, another left to the body. Mike, to me, is outworking Roy. Roy wants to do more holding and jabbing from the inside or from the outside, if anything. Right now, they're grabbing. But unlike how Roy was in those other fights, he is not. He has Mike's left arm grip via vice grip because he does not want to let Mike be able to work with that left hand. Roy is smart. He's not stupid. This is what Holyfield did to Mike when he wrapped Mike up on the inside when they fought back in the 90s. He wrapped up his left arm on the inside because he did not want Mike getting off left hooks. Roy is trying to find that left hook. He just missed right there. Roy's trying to pot shot him from the outside with jabs. He's having success. Roy's mouth is open though.
Yeah, he's breathing hard.
Good jab. Roy going to have to do something else besides just trying to throw jabs though. Now he switched to southpaw. Now he switched to southpaw. Mike kind of has like demeanor. His demeanor right now is like, dude, come on and fight. Oh, good right hand by Mike. Roy took it. Mike kind of has that, man, let's fight already demeanor. Unlike how Roy was against Sigmund in 2018, he does not want to work on the inside with Mike, and rightfully so. They're wrestling right now. Roy looks more tired than Mike, though, right now at this minute. Wide miss by Mike. Right now, they're just clinching, you guys. They're trying to work shots while they're in the clinch. Roy landed two good left hands right there. I think that's the best thing Roy did this whole round.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't done much either. But he did land that one right hand, which I'll give him on that. Good left hand. Ooh, good left hook to the body. Good right hook to the body by Mike. Left hook by Mike. Ooh, oh shit. Okay, they gave each other a hug.
Okay.
It was a little dicey. It was a little dicey at the end of the round.
After the bell.
Yeah, it was I didn't know if this shit was gonna turn into Mike Tyson versus Francois both or what. But I gave Mike that round too, man. I gave him round 2. DB, what's good, bro? Trick Nolte, what's good? Trick Nolte left a comment and broke down that before the fight how Joyce and Dubois was going to play out. That was a good assessment, man. Buata says Africa wants Mike to win. Ain't nobody inspired African kids like Ali and Mike. Crink Crink says my money on Mike. Count Drago says longer this goes, it better for Roy. And what's so crazy, bro, is that's the consensus thought, but shit looked like Roy was having his mouth open in the last round. But logically, yeah, the longer you take Mike, the better chance you have, right? Good left hook by Mike. He's trying to move his head. Mike's trying to move his head and dart in. He's trying to move his head and then step around and catch him with that angle. His classic movement just doesn't look like it. Just doesn't look the same. And Roy knows it's coming. Roy's a very cerebral guy, so he knows what Mike brings. He knows what Mike likes to do. Ooh, good uppercut. Mike just missed the left uppercut. And that's a shot that I said Roy's been getting caught with a lot in his last 15 years of fighting, last 22 fights against Macronelli and Lebedev is uppercuts, man. And I think Danny Green caught him with an uppercut that hurt him too.
Those uppercuts are the nuts.
Yeah, Mike kind of hit him in his thigh with that right uppercut, but I think they were both bending. Is that a cut? No. Did they hit heads?
Yeah.
Let me see.
He's bleeding.
I can't tell. I think they banged heads, you guys, but I can't tell if anybody's bleeding right now. I can't tell. Roy's in southpaw. He tried to steal Mike with a quick left. Now Roy has Mike on. Okay, Mike's off. Oh, he has him back on the ropes. Roy has Mike on. There's a lot of clinching and holding, you guys. Roy doesn't want to, and I get it. He doesn't work on it. He doesn't want to have an inside fight with Mike, so he's reverting to holding him. Okay, now no, he backed out. He was going to, but then he backed out. Ooh, good right hand by Roy to caught Mike. They're clinching again. A lot of clinching, holding, working in these clinches. Maybe this is all a game plan by Roy to tire out Mike's arms and get him tired, man, and drag him into that 6, 7, 8 rounds. Roy's trying to quick steal Mike, meaning pot shot him with one shot and then step around real quick. He's trying to do, his classic moves. but he's a little bit off target. Mike's going to have to find a way to let his hands go even more on the inside. Because if they're fighting at this range on the outside, Roy can dominate that. Who you gave that round to?
Gave it to Mike.
You gave it to Mike. My wife gave Mike round 3. We got Mike up 3-0 right now, but if you gave Roy, I mean, there's not really much going on.
I just think Mike's the busier fighter, and Roy's doing a whole lot of holding.
Mr. Freeze says, ring small, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
BK Boxing said, this fight stinks. Count Drago says 3-0. 113 people up in here, man. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button for me, man.
Jab to that like button.
Jab that like button. Give me one of them Larry Holmes. Shit, give me one of those Joe Joyce. Give me one of them Joe Joyce jabs, man, to that like button. Was this round 4?
Mm-hmm.
Round 4.
Halfway there.
Left hand by Mike that missed. Now they're going back to the clinch. Roy worked the jab, tried to step under and step out. Ooh, good lead right hand, left hook by Roy. Yeah, Mike just doesn't have the explosiveness and strength right now to overpower Roy. Roy is pretty much matching Mike's strength as far as when they tie up. He doesn't have that same advantage. Mike doesn't have that same advantage that he would have had in 03, 04 had they fought. I think Roy's running this round so far. Just he's working on the inside better than Mike, and it's not much. It's literally holding and working with their offhand, but I think he's doing more of it than Mike. Would I pick Mike in 4?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit, another bad prediction tonight. I am off right now, man, with my predictions today, or at least with the main event. Good right hand to the body by Mike. Another good right hand to the body by Mike. Then another clinch.
Don't stick your ear in his mouth.
Roy's trying to walk Mike back. Come on, ref, break them. They're not working. Break them, man. Break them. Okay. They broke themselves. Good right hand to the body by Mike. Left hook to the body by Mike. Roy, there's a lot of clinching and hitting, guys, with the offhand. There's not really much going on right now. Roy pretty much he's not going to have an inside fight with Mike. He pretty much said, well, I'm not doing that. And that's smart, right? It's smart. But this isn't the Roy that I was seeing fighting his last fight, because he was working when the guy was that close. But I understand why he doesn't want to, even with a 54-year-old Mike Tyson, why he doesn't want to just, say, hey, let's have an inside fight. Grim, stop, Grim. It's Tyson versus Joyce, man. I'm going with Joyce in that fight, man. Who else would y'all like to see in this little Legends thing, man? I'd like to see Shannon Briggs. Roy said after this fight, depending on what happens, he'll like to fight Anderson Silva, who's an MMA legend. But I like to see Shannon Briggs, Antonio Tarver. Holyfield's been training. Shit, Tarver versus Briggs. Who would y'all pick in that fight? All right, start around 5. Mike coming out on the attack. They're clinching once again. Roy just pushed them off. Good 1, 2, 3, but it missed by Roy. Now they're clinching again. Roy pushed them off. Roy's trying to do the old stealing with one shot and then sidestep him. He's trying to do that. His moves he used to do back in the day. Just doesn't look the same. He's not accurate with it right now. Ooh, good 1, 2, 3 by Roy. Mike come back with a shot, but they're clinching. Mike is smothering his own work. Roy, and that's mostly due to Roy by making him smother his own work. Roy's trying to get off and then hold, get off and then hold, get off and then hold. That's his game plan. Mike is working that body. There's just a lot of clinching and holding, you guys. Just a lot of clinching and holding. It just look like two old guys, man. That's just what it looked like. Oh, good left hook by Mike after Roy landed a 1-2. Good jab by Roy. Another jab by Roy. Jeez, Roy is holding his ass off, man. Damn, Roy. But I get it, though. I get it. Look like Mike is holding right now, though. Haven't seen one uppercut from Mike. He did, or shit. Oh, now they're opening up. Oh, Roy. Mike went on the back of the head of Roy. You know how those back of the head shots do. That was the end of that round. They opened up at the end of that round a little bit. Mike don't even want to sit down. Roy was rubbing the back of his head too when he was walking back. Roy looks like he's breathing hard as hell in the corner right now. Let me see how Mike is breathing. Let me see if they'll put the trying to see if they'll put the camera on Mike. But right now Roy is breathing pretty hard in his corner. WVM says this isn't a real fight. They're just fighting an exhibition. I'm not really, I mean, what's not real, bro? They have no headgear on. Mike Tyson threw a right hand by Roy's face, and if Roy didn't lean back, he would have got clocked with it. They're fighting, bro. It's just the 54 and 51-year-old versions of great fighters. It's not that they're not trying, bro. They're 54, 51 years old, man. And Roy is going to want to fight Mike in a close range fight. He's going to want to grab him, man. Guys were fighting Mike like this when Mike was in his prime. You know what I mean? This is how Bone Crusher Smith fought Mike. This is how Tony Tucker was trying to fight Mike. So it doesn't surprise me. Ooh, good shot. Now you can't tell me that shot right there he just threw was meant to not hurt him. You know what I mean? It didn't because of where it landed, but he's trying to hurt him. He just can't. Good body shot by Mike.
He's tearing the body up.
Yeah, Roy went to his body. Now they're clinching again. Man, there's a lot of clinching in this fight. Roy would just not stay committed to just staying there and just trading, though. He's trying to steal and move. Stealing with one or two good shots and then move or clinch. Stealing with a shot or two, move or clinch. But Roy is still hanging on to that left hand on the inside. He is not allowing Mike to do any damage with that left hand. That's the same thing Evander did to Mike when he fought him. Oh, good wild miss by Mike with a left hook. He was trying to take his head off. Can't tell me that wasn't a real punch. Mike kind of has that demeanor of like, man, would you just stay still so I can hit you? He has that demeanor right now. Vinny Pazienza has Roy winning? Is that what? Did I read that right? I know Vinny Paz got his butt whooped against Roy back in the day. I think Vinny Paz was a Tyson fan, but I think he has Roy. I think it said Vinny had Roy winning the fight. Ooh, that was a nice little left uppercut by Roy on Mike. I gave that one to Roy. Who you gave that round to, Mike? I gave it to Roy.
You gave it to Roy.
I gave that one to Roy. Yeah, I agree, Abu. Like, I don't see what's not real about this. Now, if you mean, I don't know, man. People have whatever, but I don't see what's not real.
Title and what it says in the contract, and okay, it's an exhibition, but it's still a fight at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's still a fight. Yeah, I mean, the winner of this isn't going to get the winner out of AJ Pulev, or this is not going to affect the WBO rankings, or, of course, right. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but to say this is not real, I'm not sure what that means.
you can't tell neither one of these men that they're not in a real fight right now.
You don't know boxing. You a casual. I'm not sure who you're talking to. Movie Live.
No, he ain't talking to you.
He can't be talking to me. I'm not sure who he's talking to. All you do is look and scroll through my page, but you're probably not talking to me.
That was a nice combo.
Good flurry by Roy, but it's not nothing on it though. Now Mike's trying to go to the body, and Roy wants to hold again.
On the ropes, back to the ropes.
Mike is being, it's weird seeing Mike be nice. He's like patting him on the back and shit, say my bad. Mike just can't get anything going upstairs. Roy is just holding. Roy's like, fuck this, man. You're not about to have an inside fight with me. I wonder if Roy's going to open up in his last round, if he'll just open up with Mike.
I doubt it. At the end of the day, he knows it's still Mike Tyson.
Okay, Movie Live. I'm not sure it's okay. It's all good. Okay, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's just a lot of wrestling. You guys, I wish I can call this be more entertaining with my commentary, but it's just really not much going on. It's just a lot of grabbing and holding, you guys. And a lot of this hold is initiated by Roy, but I get it. I understand why. It's not like he can just rely on size and a long jab just to keep Mike off when he gets, he can't rely on that. He has to do this. They don't know if this shit goes to decision. Watch, they're gonna call it a draw. Mm-hmm. But now I think those two judges got. Right? I think those two got Mike up. Oh, good slip. That was a good slip by Mike. Roy threw a left hook, and Mike slipped it.
Is there judges and scorecards? Because I thought they weren't having a.
Well, I know they're judging. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll see when this ends. They were changing the rules like every other damn hour.
Yeah, I thought there was no winner or loser.
One more round left, you guys. Benny Watts says this is a real fight. They changed the rules along the way. They have 3 judges. KOs are allowed, and they have some built they made up for this fight. This is sparring match is definitely not real. I mean, WVM, if you think it's a sparring match, bro, it's all good, man. I'm not here to change your mind, bro. If that's what you think, hey, man, more power to you, bro. But that's not my opinion, though. But if that's yours, it's cool. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, man. Let me see. Nah, Renee, I don't think Don is there. I don't think he's there. All right, look, man, round 8. See what happens. Let's see if Roy decides to trade.
All right, I got Mike winning by KO in this round.
Mike's stamina held up a little better than I thought.
Yeah,
oh, shit. Here we go. Another holding. Holding again. Mike is trying to fight out of there. Roy he's clever with that whole grabbing his left arm, though, man. That shit just reminds, I know I keep saying it, but it just reminds me of that Holyfield fight. Good right hand by Mike, but then now they're clinching again. Ooh, good left hook by Roy. Mike threw a left hook. Roy ducked under, made him miss. What the hell was Mike doing? It's about to, like he's trying to, what the fuck was Mike doing? I think he act like he's going to throw a wild right hand, but his foot raised up off the canvas, like he's he's about to kick him or some shit.
All right, it's the last minute.
50 seconds left, man. Wild miss by Roy. Good 2 left hands to the body by Mike. I gotta give it to Roy to a certain extent, man. He's hiding that chin a lot better than I thought he would. Mike should try to just wing something up top, though. It's like he's not winging nothing up top. Just wing something. I think Mike is just content with just hitting with what he can touch, and that's the body. Another clinch. It's just clinching and holding it, man.
All right.
Roy is exhausted. Roy is exhausted. Sign of respect right there between the legends. I don't know, man. What if I kind of quit scoring. Look, a draw. Seriously, just really. I mean, whoever you had winning the rounds, whatever, man. But whatever. It really. Maybe Mike 5-3. I don't know. A draw. I'll be good with a draw too. But I know a fight isn't scored off of at the end. If you wasn't satisfied by the action, you say whatever. I know it's scored by round. Who did you have winning that round when the round is over with? All right. However, what I'm saying is whatever. But I think I had it 5-3, Mike. Count Dragua had a 6-2 Tyson. WVM says Dubois fought nobody to prep him. Nah, he's saying that Dubois didn't have anybody to get him ready for a Joyce fight. Well, shit, I thought Joyce fought the better opposition, fought Jennings, Taverne, guys like that. Dubois was just used to guys feeling that power and running away from him. You know, Kevin Johnson was able to survive because he went into survival mode pretty much from round one. I thought the Gorman win was decent. You know, two guys up and comers. Not that Gorman is some contender, but I thought that was a decent win. I thought Larte made him work a little bit. Yeah, but Dubois, man, people are going to test his heart, man. They're going to test his heart and test that pain threshold, like I was saying. I agree, Abu. It seemed like Mike came to go to, to throw hands. Whereas Roy was like, man, you ain't about to knock me the fuck out. I'm about to hold, grab, do whatever I can do. You're not gonna make me into a meme. Let's see what the let's see what they're gonna do with the scores. I got the TV down, man. The ref is holding. See who hand he's gonna raise. And the winner is let me see. Let's see. Shit. You just don't know. Damn, what's going on? Like, what? I don't understand what's taking so long to score this fight, or what's the holdup with them giving turning their scorecards and letting the ref raise somebody's hand. Greg Evans says money. Let me see. WVM says, yeah, Dubois was completely mismanaged. He needed to go up a step ladder in competition. He went from fighting 5-tier to fighting 1st tier. Well, it was just the confidence, but I like the fight. I like the fact that he took the fight. I mean, shit. You got to remember though, WVM. That's like saying who did AJ fight to get ready for Dillian White? What, Gary Cornish? You dig what I'm saying? Or who did Dillian White fight to get ready for AJ? You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to just throw the two prospects or contenderish type of guys in there that are undefeated and let them work it out. Let them settle it. You know what I mean? So, shit. Tim Witherspoon, who did he fight? I think he was only like 12 or 13 fights in when he fought Larry Holmes for the world title. Who did he fight to prepare him? I thought he could have got that decision that night against Larry. You know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta just throw him in there, man, regardless of who it is they fought. Sometimes. I'm not saying all the time, but he looked the part, impressive knockout wins and all that. And sometimes we can get caught up in the hype. And, you know, Frank Warren wanted to throw him in there. But good for Frank is they were both his fighters. So it's not like he fought a guy from a different stable and lost, and now he lost control of the situation. He still, you know, got both of them guys in the stable. But Joe Joyce is the older fighter, though. You know what I mean? So I know Frank probably wanted the younger guy to win, but sometimes you gotta throw him, just gotta throw him in there, man, and see if he can swim or if he gonna sink. Told you.
Draw. Oh my God.
Told you. Told you. Here goes Jim Gray with these damn interviews, man. Man, this dude, over the years, man. Over the years, sometimes I'm like, man, somebody should have punched Jim Gray in his mouth. I knew it'd be this. It was a draw. It was a draw. Like I said after that, I mean, I had Mike 5-3. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Their legacies are solidified. You know what I mean? So, look, man, a lot of heavyweight action this week, man. Let me just do a quick rundown before I get off of this, man. On Friday, Tony Yoka got the win over Christian Hammer. Victor Vickhurst, prospect I'm going to keep my eye on, got a win over the tough Kamil Sokolowski, who's just a tough journeyman who I actually thought beat Lucas Brown and David Price, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Also, on Friday, Muhammad Drazul Majidov, the guy that beat Anthony Joshua in the 2011 World Championships in the amateurs, he beat Seret Delgado, who was 8-0, Puerto Rican guy, who was a 6-time Puerto Rican national champion. Hopefully that guy's all right, man. He came in extremely out of shape, and he didn't look too good when he got stopped. So hopefully that guy, you know, he's all right. Earlier today, David Adelaide improves to 4-0 over his win over Danny Whitaker. Mitchell Barton made his pro debut, 6'4", 260-pound UK heavyweight over Matt Gordon. And also today, on this card, but I didn't get to see it, Giuseppe Casamano beat Gregory Corbin. I believe he beat him in a 6-round knockout. I believe it's a 6-round. Mm-hmm. All right, so until next time, man, y'all be good. I appreciate y'all joining me. I'm gone.